Hello, my astrology friends. This is Lada from AstroladaOfficial, and we continue on this adventure, the 2024 Astrology Marathon. And today, my guest is the charming and exceptional astrologer, Susanna. Hello, Susanna.
Hello, Ladi.
I'm very excited to have you again here. Last year, Susanna spoke about the North Node in Aries, South Node in Libra. Go back to this video if you can. I might put a link below because pretty much everything she predicted with the wars, and she was spot on. I was hoping she would not be, but we're seeing what's happening. And this is valid. This video that she did last year is valid for another year because the North Node will be in Aries for another year. So she's an exceptional astrologer. I remember how I got to know her. People were writing to me from all over the world saying, you have to check this astrologer. She's great. She's so insightful. So I'm very excited to have you here today to speak about another topic that people might have to come back for the next 20 years, which is Pluto going in Aquarius. And you chose a very heavy but topic that also probably most people are most interested in because that's one of the biggest events in 2024. So I'm really looking forward to see what you have prepared for us because your last year predictions were wow. So people listen carefully what Susanna says. And by the way, Susanna is giving a gift like 30% off on all her readings to anyone who orders in the next few weeks, to our viewers basically. And she's added also answer to one question, which is much more cheaper and it's discounted as well. So these are her services, these are her offerings. And if you feel connection to Susanna, be free to contact her from the link below in the description. So Susanna, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. I hope you're doing great and everybody that you went through this year without any major issues. We need to prepare a little bit for ingress of Pluto in Aquarius for the next year. Actually, we got a glimpse of this energy this year around springtime. I think it was between 23rd of March until 11th of June, depending on where you are located. But me personally, I didn't feel much. I actually felt this Aquarian energy since great conjunction since 2020. Of course, it was on the collective level, but this conjunction, I think it was 21st December 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And to me, this was the first activation of this new era of Aquarius. And also in 2022 and 2023, there has been a square between Saturn and Uranus, which is again activation of old and the new, and the fractions and tensions between these two players, the ruler of Capricorn and the ruler of Aquarius. So this is like the enhancing of this energy. And as you mentioned, it will take 20 years. So you don't need to have very high expectations of its beginning. The ingress will be around 20th of January 2024. But because we're talking about Pluto, and Pluto is a slow-moving planet, and it's tiny but mighty planet. So it takes some time, and it will give us many tests. I think you, Lada, also are almost over the square between your natal Pluto and transiting Pluto. And I'm the same case. I'm so grateful that this is almost over for me, and that Pluto will trine my rising sign because I'm Libra Rising. So for many people, and especially for our generation, which is Pluto in Libra generation, I think this is also a relief because we are now stronger and more empowered than ever. I feel it on
now it's Pluto in Scorpio generations turn to I call it like initiation into proper adulthood, initiation into the loss of innocence. That's what I call it. The Pluto square Pluto. So the Pluto and Scorpio generation are about to lose their innocence as well.
I
But,
totally agree.
But you said you didn't feel it on a personal level, which I agree. Very few people. I felt it a bit because I'm Aquarius rising. But collectively, we saw in those 2 months Pluto was in Aquarius. The appearance of AI that became common for everyone, which was exactly Pluto in Aquarius, and the crash of some of the biggest banks started crashing because Aquarius rules the economy. So that's why we even for 2 months we saw collectively what's happening.
Absolutely. And collectively, basically, how I perceive Pluto and its effects is at the beginning, you may not see it, or many people don't experience its power. I mean, in the beginning of the new sign, for example, Pluto takes from the ground something which is buried there or not, is not visible, and it wants to take it out. And if it works, then it wants more of it, or it wants to control, or it wants to influence or manipulate, etc. But at the end of the cycle, because it's extreme, at the end of the cycle, we see also destructive power of Pluto. So, for example, now Pluto has been for 15 years, since 2008 until now, in Capricorn, and it's Earth sign. So it's connected to material things, to money, to corporations, to government. And now at the end of the cycle, maybe we have many of us maybe didn't even realize that the control over money, or control over people, or the power of the banks is growing in front of our eyes. But now at the end of it, before it ingresses into Aquarius, into new sign, we see how it is just breaking out in front of our eyes. Mm-hmm. And this is the power of Pluto, that it goes, maybe you don't see it straight away in front of your eyes, but then it shows its real face, and destruction is here. So probably at the end of the cycle of Pluto in Aquarius, which goes beyond Earth, and Earth is things. It's not material. It's not so tangible anymore. It's air. It's space. It's intellectual. So and of course innovations and technologies, but we will get to it later. But at the end of this cycle, again, it shows us that extreme use of technologies, or being too much in the head, etc., or digital currencies, etc., it's again something which comes to the point. It harms us. We don't want to. We don't want it anymore. And there is also like an evolutionary influence of Pluto on us. So we need to experience it, even if we don't like it. I don't like it personally. I don't want to be in this, digital society and controlled everywhere by technologies. But we need to go through this experience to understand what we want and what we don't want, and where is our power. Mm-hmm. And what I love about Pluto in Aquarius is it may help us collectively to create a certain groups of people on the large scale to talk to each other. And now we have the opportunity to use digital devices or internet and other communication means, and we may connect each other even if we are on the other side of the world. And we may actually use something which is there to control us. We may be smart enough as the people and to connect, create a network, and actually use our beliefs and our innate power as friends, as collective,
as humans,
to actually create something great out of this, and not to be controlled. We need to really let go of the fear, and through our hearts to connect and actually work with this energy, and of course transform on individual level, but we may be able to do this collectively and to move forward. And because it's not so visible, it's more, as I said, intellectual, and on the, you know, the scale of the friendship and communication and the different social activities. It's we may be smart enough to escape the material control and to find our ways, you know, through it, and actually empower ourselves, and not let the big guys or not let the government, as it was before, to control us anymore.
So power to the normal people, and humans coming into the human power, humane and human power, which is Aquarius. And something that I really liked what you said at the beginning, you have the cycle, maybe the digital control, technological control, Pluto is control, Aquarius is digital, will intensify. We'll have to experience this maybe for 15, 20 years, but at the end, it will be exposed. And more people realize it. And this reminded me of a prophecy that was made 50 years ago by a prophetess that I really respect. Everything she said has been happening. And she said 50 years ago, say till the middle of the century, pretty much, which Pluto in Aquarius is till 2044 or something like that, said technology will develop with such speed, humans will not be able to catch up with it. It will discover such things. But then towards the middle of the century, it will, people will reverse, and people will realize that they're disconnecting from God, they're disconnecting from each other. And she says, they'll stop using technologies the way they've been using, and they'll start turning within to develop their own higher powers, and they'll use technology only as a means to advance themselves. But she said there'll be some event that shows people how this fast development of technology is not the path for humanity. It doesn't mean we will not have technology after that, but it will not be. The spiritual development will become a priority after that. Maybe Pluto in Pisces, you know.
Yes, yes.
So she saw it very clearly, and she said technologies will start being used for the just helping humanity and increase of the consciousness. But first we'll use them to very extreme means till the mid-century. So that's very true what you said about Pluto in Aquarius, that eventually it will expose that and make people realize in a deep level the right direction.
Absolutely. And on individual level, I think there will be, except of the end of January, I see there very important date and time, and the activation. It may bring many great opportunities for many people, but to me, this is the 3rd of June, when Pluto is supported by trine to Jupiter. Of course, it's not so long lasting, but I think if someone until 3rd of June on the personal level doesn't feel this energy much, I believe this is the time to really watch out and don't miss any opportunities. I love this combination. And to me, this is really some great opportunity, depending, of course, on the sign, but coming to your way, which may bring you wealth in any area of your life. Could be wealth of information, or material wealth, or really meeting great teacher who may transform your life. But I feel this is one of the best dates or times, depending on where you are, within the year of 2024. So I hope it's positive, but therefore in my presentation I have mentioned also very slightly, but what may mean for each sign, because I would pay attention around this time. Okay, so if that's enough from your side, Ladi, I would start my presentation and I would share my screen.
Perfect. There you go. I've made you a co-host. Are you able to share?
Oh, you don't see it yet. Okay, hang on. One more time.
Ah, good. I see it.
Okay, just I bring it to the...
You have
Okay.
like 1,000 tabs open.
Ah, yeah, it's crazy. I know. But this is how I work. Actually, this is my style. Most of the time, it works perfectly for me. But
Crushes.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes it causes me some problems. Okay, so I will start. May I?
Go on, please.
Okay, I just put my glasses on. Okay, so I created this presentation the way that also beginners will be able to understand it and will be able to have a look at their chart. So at my first slide, you could see what to search for. So the first two are two most common and possible glyphs or symbols for Pluto. And next to it, you may see how to search for Aquarius. It's like two waves next to each other, but Aquarius is a fixed air sign, so it's not water, waves of the water, but it's more related to radio waves and the space itself. So this is what you need to look for. Then a few informations. I have touched something with the Lada, but there is a few information related to Pluto. So as I said at the beginning, Pluto is a slow-moving planet, and it orbits around the Sun, takes around 248 years. But because it's ecliptic, it means that it stays different length of years in each zodiac. So the transit of Pluto in Capricorn took around 15 years, but it will stay in Aquarius, where it is shifting for 2 decades, 20 years. As I said before, it is very far away from the Sun, so therefore it's considered by science at the moment as a dwarf planet. But for people who have already experienced some transits of Pluto, I believe it's one of the most powerful planet, bringing total transformation on all levels of self. It is called agent of change and transformation, or a planet of destruction and rebirth. It also brings rejuvenation, because once you go through the process, a metamorphosis, total cleanse, be it psychological, mental, spiritual, physical, of Pluto, then you feel much stronger than ever before. But first, you need to really accept the process. Therefore, I would recommend everyone using this knowledge. You check where your Pluto goes, in which house for the next 20 years, work with it. And how you may work with it. For example, work with a psychologist if you need to go through some anxieties or some psychological problems, or work with astrologer if you need to understand some deep topics in your life, or if you're struggling with something, work with a relationship therapist if you need to overcome some power struggles in your relationship, etc. But it's really good to work either with someone who is able to guide you through the transformation of Pluto, or study psychology, study astrology, study some healing techniques, experience some retreats where you were able to go through the transformation process, etc. But work with it on the conscious level. Pluto may also bring to your life from the ground some taboo topics you were trying to hide under the carpet. So it could be topics related to fear of death, or death is itself, experiencing death, birth, because birth of a child is a great example of transformation power of Pluto, because it doesn't transform only women during the pregnancy and the birth itself, but also it transforms another life, and that's the life of the child. So different type of traumas, something you were always afraid of, and some experiences of Plutonic nature could be experiences which are not coming from this life. It's on a psychological level, so you may not be aware, but once Pluto is triggering an important point of your chart, another planet, or your personal planets or angles, then you really may experience some heavy psychological feelings you haven't experienced before. Themes related to wealth, power, secrets, mysteries. Pluto is generational or psychological outer planet. It is very much used in evolutionary astrology or in psychology, because it is tightly connected to evolution of the soul. That's actually the ultimate goal why we are here on this plane, because we need to evolve. We are learning some lectures, and Pluto is giving us the most intense experiences. It is archetypal god of the underworld. You may hear the name Hades, which comes from Roman mythology. Or another example of Pluto, a great example, is Phoenix, which is a beautiful and strong bird or Draco coming from the ashes, coming out, rising out. And it's been burned. It's been almost like a death. And it's able to regenerate, to be even stronger than before, to come into its maximum power, and to go through this process over and over again. So this is a very similar process. imagine that this cycle is here for you to make you stronger. That's the only and the ultimate goal. Pluto is also a ruler of Scorpio, is the second ruler of Scorpio because the main ruler is Mars. In traditional astrology, only the Mars was considered as a ruler, but Pluto is another very important ruler of Scorpio. That's why people with strong Pluto or Scorpio placement or stellium in Scorpio are people who are able to transform their lives several times, really to change everything in their life. Everything else has been mentioned. Okay, so when you're looking for the placement of Pluto, you need to check the glyph I showed you already before at the beginning. And here I have marked for you in the red circle how it looks like. This is already retrograde Pluto, which I think I chose around 6th of June or something like that in this chart. That's why there is a small r next to it. But this is already a position of Pluto in Aquarius where it stays until 2044. So you need to use any astrology software, and you need to type your initials, your date of birth and time of birth and place of birth, and you will click on the transits, not only natal placements, and you will see where will be, in which house will be Pluto in Aquarius for you during the next period. Okay, to give you a little bit of the taste or of the glimpse what you may expect. I will not talk about mundane astrology much, but in astrology we use a lot cycles, previous cycles, where collectively was the same cycle happening. So the last cycle of Pluto in Aquarius was, I think it's 225 years ago. Of course, we haven't experienced it, and we will not experience it again. So for us, this is a lifetime experience. But it was there during 1778 till 1798. And what was significant for this age or for this time, it was the age of revolution. So what we may expect again is revolution. Of course, there will be some other aspects and many things will be different comparing to what was happening in 18th century. But themes which are typical for Pluto, and there is one of them is transformation, and Aquarius, which is innovation, which is revolution, which is collective, friendship, technology. All these themes will stay. So there was a discovery of planet Uranus, which is the ruler of Aquarius, in 1781. And how was the planet Uranus discovered? It was with a telescope, which is again related to Aquarius, because we're talking about some technology which hasn't been used before. So we expect similar discoveries. It could be discoveries of planets, discoveries in space, or really a life beyond Earth. I think we will witness many great things. It could be also related to UFO, or some important information which are beyond our current experience we'll gain. Then another thing, there was a discovery of hot air balloon. So we may expect any advancements and discoveries. Also for new means of transportation, faster planes, trains, etc., which are related also to this Aquarian energy. Many types of revolution. That was the time in 1789, which was the start of French Revolution. Then start of the War of Independence, which was between North America and Great Britain. First vaccines for smallpox were discovered in 1796. This time it doesn't need to be, again, vaccines for something else. Actually, there could be some secrets coming out which are related to themes related to vaccines or new, more technologically advanced medical discoveries or introduction of new alternative techniques of healing, it could be based on the waves. Then during this time, another type of revolution which was quite strongly felt was industrial revolution and use of machinery, steamboats. Metric system was globally formalized. And this is interesting one because, as I said, Aquarius is a fixed sign. And it's, when you think about Aquarius, it wants to be intellectually in control. So once it adopts an idea or it adopts some beliefs, it changes their perception of the truth, or it changes their opinion more, like a little bit, there is a difficulty. So once something is said, it wants to say said with this energy. So there could be, for example, therefore Pluto, which is control, more control over the free speech, or more censorship. Again, trying to control through the power something which wants to be free, to break through. Another discoveries were related to cotton engine. Cotton engine is actually a machine which is able to separate fiber from the seed. So as you see, there are many different advancements, discoveries, and the revolutions. And I think the most important for us as people collectively is this revolution. As I mentioned in the beginning, we have the power to connect to each other, to use more invisible ways, which is also internet, and to create friendships which could put things in motion. And what is put in motion will stay in motion. Okay, so during 2024, not everyone will feel this transit intensely. The most impacted will be people who have their angles on between 2 and 3 degrees. Mostly people with rising sign Aquarius and cardinal sign, so Libra, Capricorn, Aries, Cancer. Because Pluto in 2024 will not move much farther, it will stay, I think, maximum 2 degrees, and it also goes in the autumn. Within its retrograde cycle, it will go to Capricorn. So it may revisit some Capricornian themes, so more material, more felt on the physical level. There could be themes related to corporations, banks, etc., on collective level, but it will be there again only for 2 months, and then it will go back to Aquarius. So even some people who are nth degrees, 28, 29 degrees, angles or Capricorn, they may still in 2024 will not be fully released from the square. So they will feel still the energy of this. Then people who have planets in
you're saying the first 2-3 degrees of Aquarius and cardinal signs, don't you mean fixed signs? Here, I'm looking in the presentation.
2-3 degrees.
And cardinal signs, it says.
Cardinal signs. Oh, yeah.
And the fixed signs.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. There is a mistake. Yeah. I apologize for this. Yeah, absolutely. Because for cardinal signs, it will be actually more relieving energy. Yeah, for Libra rising, it will create a trine. So yeah, absolutely. But first 2-3 degrees, so we'll feel this the most during the next year. Then people who have planets in Aquarius or stellium in Aquarius stellium of the planets, mostly personal planets. So if Pluto comes into, let's say, even 2-3 degrees orb to your sun, to your moon, or even the ruler of your chart or some other personal planets, then you will feel also this impact. If it's the sun, it will transform your goals, your overall strength, your inner authority, connections to father and father figures or male figures, your career. If it's your moon, then it affects mostly your themes related to your home, your family, to women in your family, your motherhood, or connection to your mother. It may transform the place of living, etc. But I will go through different signs and I will talk a little bit more about it. I believe that you will feel also the impact of this transit if you are Scorpio, strong Scorpio, or Scorpio rising, or sun or moon, because Pluto is your second child ruler with the Mars altogether. And then for air signs, because Pluto moves into air sign, to Aquarius, it will be very supportive energy. I will go to it specifically. And for Gemini, from the perspective of the trine between Jupiter and Pluto, because Jupiter will be in your sign, Gemini, and it will create on 3rd of June beautiful trine to Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, so I will move to signs. It's frozen, so I need to wait a bit. Lada, are you there? Do you hear me? It seems my internet. Are you there, Lada? Okay, one more time, I'll try. There seemed to be a problem with connection.
It's not loading.
Oh, you hear me? You hear
Yes,
me?
yes, no problem.
Okay. Okay, it seems okay now. Let's try again.
It seems the full screen is not fully working.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will. Okay, no problem. So I would love to bring it. So you see it also. One more time, I will try slideshow, and in case it's not working, I will keep it as it is. Okay. Okay, never mind. I hope it's okay also like this.
Yeah, I see it at least well.
You know, it would be great if people are able to read it for themselves also later on. So I hope it's visible, but I will go through it anyway. So okay. So for specific rising sign, for Aries Rising, Pluto will go into your 11th house, and which is actually very good and supportive sextile to your rising sign. So it brings you certain opportunities because it's been until now, when it was in Capricorn, it was empowering you in the area of your career, your legacy, authority, prestige, and goals. And this is also the area where you have experienced during the transit of Pluto, probably during those 15 years, different ups and downs. And Pluto was testing you there to find your true vocation or your power in your career. It could bring your different power struggles with your bosses, etc. But now it's moving further. It will test you on the different ground. So now it's moving into one of your social houses, which is 11th house. So it will be bringing some tests and transformation in the area of your networks, your friends, acquaintances. There could be, again, with your friends or within the cycle of the friends you may have for some time already. There could be sudden surprises or sudden manipulative behavior or power struggles or argues because of the money, etc. Many different topics and experiences coming. Also, there could be transformation because we're talking about the Aquarius, not only Pluto, but Pluto in Aquarius. This may bring you the transformation of the way how you use technology. You may be focused, or you may be interested deeply to know how to use it, or what types of technologies you may use. For example, if you have some online networks or followers, you may do research of a new ways how you may make it stronger. Also, this transit may bring you deeper interest in social awareness. You may be socially active or being a part of some humanitarian projects, for example. You may become a part of powerful groups which are focused on technology, science, activism. Also because Pluto is your ruler in your chart of your 8th house, where is Scorpio, and it's in 11th during this period. That may mean that your shared resources will thrive during this period. You may also invest into technologies to gain more power over your network. This is what I mentioned already. And at the end, or even during this cycle of Pluto in Aquarius, you may ask yourself question or many questions, but one of the most important questions is, what are my deep-rooted hopes and wishes? Because this is the area, 11th house, which is connected to your hopes and wishes. And you may experience different things which are at the end asking you this question: what do you really wish for in your life? And what you want to fulfill, or how you want to fulfill these wishes. And also, trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings you the opportunities in the fields of communication and business. So keep an eye on this around this time, because you don't want to miss this one. Now I will move to Taurus Rising. So for you, Pluto will be in Aquarius in your 10th house, which is creating a square to your rising sign. Because you are a fixed sign, you could be quite challenged by this. It has been until now in your 9th house, empowering you in the area of your higher wisdom, your higher education, search for God, travel, and your ideals. Now it's moving in the area of your career, your legacy, authority, prestige, and goals. So it's going into one of your career houses. This could bring you the opportunity to gain more power as a leader, to become a CEO or authority. It could be also in the corporation or in some governmental systems or institutions. You could be promoted at work. There is a career shift. This energy of Pluto in Aquarius is actually about the huge shift. So this brings you career shift into science, innovation, technology, and it could be something you haven't planned before, but there is this opportunity for you. And I would recommend you to go for it because it brings you new experience. In your career path, you may be thriving for more freedom because Pluto is in Aquarius and it was in Capricorn before. So during the previous transit, you could be okay with working in the corporation or working since morning till evening and having stable routines or in a traditional way. But Aquarius is rebelling. Actually, both Aquarius and Pluto, as the ruler of Scorpio, has a little bit, not only a little bit, but rebellious flavor. Aquarius is more visible, but Pluto, as the ruler of Scorpio, if it doesn't agree with something, it may not always say it straight away, but it will do things the way it wants. So it's a really quite rebellious combination. So you may rebel with the gained new ideals and gain new wisdom. You want to do something else as you've been doing before. So there could be really very empowering and new experiences related to your work and the career. So your question during this transit of Pluto in Aquarius, you may be asking yourself on a regular basis is, what is my true vocation, or what is my true calling? You want to be more aligned with your career based on your soul level. So therefore you will be like on the journey to search for which career is really connected to your soul. Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings opportunities such as applying your unique talents to your career path, investing into your business or rebuilding your business if you already have some business, strengthening your self-worth through your career, etc. The scale is quite wide, but I want you to be aware of this. The next one is Gemini Rising. So Pluto will be in your 9th house, and it will be beautiful, supportive trine to your sign. And because of Jupiter actually ingress to your rising sign, this is some lucky break. You could really be very lucky during this transit, especially in the beginning of June. So this transit of Pluto in Aquarius will bring you more light and wisdom, which is coming into your life, because it has been in your 8th house in the homeland of Pluto. So all the themes related to deep intimacy, taboo topics, fears, facing traumas, occultism, including shamanism, astrology, psychology, but also more mundane things as shared resources or joint ventures and taxes has been very present and felt in your life during this transit. Now it's moving into the house of higher wisdom, philosophy, religion, higher education. It brings you some cross-cultural relations which may empower you or change or transform your life. more travel. And this travel is not only on the shallow level, but this travel experience could be experience which changes your life totally on each level. Then you may meet important gurus or teachers who transform your life, or there could be very empowering or strong events or even upheavals with father or father figures. This transit, because it's in Aquarius and in the 9th house, it may also mean exploring some online learnings or teachings, but using technology. You don't need to physically travel somewhere, but to use some online devices or technologies for that. You will have passion, or in the worst case, obsession, which is not the best sometimes, but strong passion or hunger for higher knowledge and really expansion of new horizons. You may be studying science, innovation, technology. You may be interested in humanitarian fields. Also, you may be obsessed about some philosophy or religion, and really be focused on that and wanting to know more and more, and going beyond the common study. You want to explore, you want to find out more information about topics you are interested in. So the question you may be asking yourself during this time is, what do I believe on core level? It's not the belief which is connected to what your teacher says, or a belief which is related to a certain religion, but this is your own belief on your soul level. Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings opportunities to study, to travel, or to meet inspiring teachers, and many lucky breaks and lucky occasions. For Cancer Rising, Pluto in Aquarius will be affecting your 8th house. This is a little bit more challenging position because 8th house is not really visible. It doesn't create a direct aspect to your rising sign. So there are many things you need to understand, and sometimes they're not in front of your eyes. They're not really visible to you. So you need to explore them and accept them, and then to transform them. It has been for 15 years testing and empowering you in the area of relationships and partnerships. And you could experience during this time some power struggles in relationships, money related themes, jealousy, fighting for your right. It's not only love or romantic relationships, but any business partnerships. Now the journey of Pluto continues into homeland of Pluto, which is the 8th house, and it brings topics as deep intimacy, taboo, different fears, traumas, again, occultism. You may be very interested in some hidden things. Psychology, you may work with psychologists. There's a great opportunity. Sexuality, you may experiment with your partner, for example, with a tantra, or you may move your relationship with your partner to more intimate, to deeper level, to the soul level. You may use your shared resources to invest into something, for example, with your partner. Themes such joint ventures, taxes, etc. will go through the transformation and will transform your life. Then exploring of different secrets, or you may find out some secrets during this time, which could be also related to your family or to your surroundings, some healing methods, astrology. You may decide to become a healer, or you may go through some initiation, or you may become a therapist. During this transit, there is a big opportunity or a chance for someone who wants to have a child. Quite common thing is the birth of a child, and this child has transforming effect on your life, and it changes it completely. Journey of development and transformation of your hobbies and passions, because Pluto is in your natal chart ruler of your 5th house, and it moves to the 8th. And again, this is also, these two areas are quite strongly connected to sexuality and the creation of new life and creative power, which is the 5th house and 8th house of transformation. So again, this is another confirmation of that the child, or transforming of your childlike spirit, childlike nature, is a strong theme during this period. You may be asking a question: what is my true power, or where lies my true power during this period? Because it goes really, this transformation, because it brings topics of life or birth, death, complete metamorphosis, and it doesn't need to be necessarily visible to other people. That's why I'm saying that you need to go within with these themes, and in the best case to work with someone else to understand what's happening. Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings opportunities to make more money through shared resources. You may decide to invest into something with your business partner or your life partner, for example, or to commit together to invest into something. And then joint ventures, or you may get a gift or inheritance. Okay, now for Leo rising, Pluto in Aquarius will be opposing your rising sign, and it will be in the 7th house, which is opposing yourself. It's on your descendant, and therefore it may bring some challenges to yourself, but also to your relationships, both with your romantic and business partners. Till now, it has been testing and empowering you in the area of health, your work, service, and your daily routines. So you had 15 years in which you were focused, and you had to actually change the way you work out, or you nurture yourself, or you organize your life. Basically, you were bringing more control over your daily routines there. And now this transit will bring to your life intense and life-changing relationships. And it could be not only relationships with your partners, as I mentioned, but it could be also your clients, or your clientele may completely transform. Or you may attract during this time quite powerful people who are becoming your clients. But it could be also one client who will transform your whole life. So there are possible power struggles within relationships, and that's why you need to learn to maintain equality and friendship within them. With this transit, the danger is toxicity in the relationships, because anywhere where Pluto transits any part of the chart is the theme of purging or detoxifying is important. So during last 15 years, when Pluto was in Capricorn, which is earth energy, it literally meant that you were either detoxifying your body on the physical level, or changing your nutrition, or changing your body through some workout routines, or changing nutrients you took in. Now it brings detoxification into your relationships with the closest one. Because it's in Aquarius, another important theme is freedom and friendship within the relationship. So how it wants to transform your relationships? It wants to bring certain equality and space to your relationships. But it's quite testing period. It could be a little bit emotional roller coaster, because Scorpio lies in your 4th house in your natal chart, and Pluto is one of the rulers of your 4th house, and it moves into the 7th. So try to stay grounded emotionally, and if you cannot help yourself to sort out some issues with your partner, work with someone else, work with a partner, therapist, or consultant who will bring you understanding to what's happening within the relationship. If the relationship is strong already, tests will be there anyway, but at the end of the cycle, the relationship would actually be much stronger through these crises and difficulties which are there. So another theme is transformation of clientele, or empowering yourself through clientele. And during this time, you may ask yourself important question. And that question is, what I really value in relationships. Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings opportunity to meet important people and to expand your networks. So if you're single, mingle, because if you're single, you have the opportunity to meet interesting and intense person, or intense relationship in your life. Virgo Rising. For you, Virgos, Pluto in Aquarius is coming into your 6th house. It's been in your fifth, so it's been training you. It's been empowering you in the area of your self-expression, your creativity. You may did some exploration or transformation of your passions, your hobbies, transformation or challenging, even like ups and downs, challenging situations, or intense situations related to your children or your childlike spirit. Also, intensive or obsessive love affairs could be in play. And now it's going to the area of your not so much fun as it was before, but now it's going to the more serious area, and that's the area of your daily routines and work. So, and of course, another themes are health and service and pets, which will be playing important part in your life during next 20 years. So what does it mean for you? You may be getting stronger or getting more disciplined or serious, or doing more research and going really deep in the field of fitness or fitness exercise, nutrition. You may be quite transforming and changes the way you plan your days. You may be interested in a body cleanse or fasting and really improving your health. But there could be ups and downs. And because 6 and 12 house are related, it's not only physical health, but basically finding a certain balance between body and spirit. Because we're talking about Pluto in Aquarius, you may be using technologies or alternative supplements in a health area. And you may feel empowered by work you're doing, by nutrition or exercise you're doing. You may acquire a pet, and the pet transform your life, or even a pet you have at the moment. It may transform your life. Learning new skills or taking courses because of work or health could be also another theme, because ruler of your third house, Pluto, is moving into your sixth house. I think a quite important question during this transit of Pluto in Aquarius is, what have I learned about my body or about the health and nutrition? And because health is one of the most important things we have in life, and use this time really to pay attention to it. If you don't pay enough attention to it, Pluto will bring you experience you cannot avoid, and you need to really work with this energy. So it's better to start now and to decide to use this transit to transform this area. Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings opportunities related to your career and your public status. Now, for Libra Rising, Pluto is coming into your fifth house. So there is a relief for you. It's a harmonious position, and because it creates a trine to your rising sign, it has been for some time, for 15 years, testing and empowering your emotional foundation, your home and family matters, your roots, your place of living. There could be many ups and downs. It could be changing location many times. Themes, painful themes related to your loved ones, to your family, to your parents. I would say especially to your mom, but actually both parents. Now it shifts into your fifth house of your self-expression, your creativity, childlike spirit, dating. Again, most probably you will be dating people who have strong presence, who will have a big impact of your next evolution, who will transform your life, or there will be intense sexual experience with these people. Children may come into the play. So be careful if you, for example, are single or you don't want to get pregnant, because children may be a theme, or some transformation with your children and coming through your children. You may create or discover some hobbies which bring you a new set of transformative experiences. You may, because we're talking about Aquarius, you may bring through the technology, you may bring innovation of your artistic expression. Especially if you're someone who work as the artist. Intense dating experience, I have mentioned this one. You may be discovering your talents and gifts. Lord of your second house, or ruler of your second house, is moving during this transit into the fifth. The question you will be asking during this transit is, what are my biggest passions? And it's a beautiful journey where you feel, on one side you are relieved, so you will feel a little bit lighter than before with this square which has been created to a rising sign, but you will be quite obsessed with your creativity, with your children, with the recreation, with things actually which are light, and you will be quite obsessed, and these things will transform your life. Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings opportunities for more travel, learning or teaching, if you are a teacher, or maybe you will have the opportunity to start teaching, any type of exploring and possible different type of lucky breaks. It would be even like winning something, or if you want to try a lottery during this time, I would recommend it. Now, Scorpio Rising, Pluto for you moves into your fourth house. This is your second child ruler, and it moves into a little bit challenging position because it squares your rising sign. Don't fear it. There is nothing to fear, and because you are Scorpio, you're actually, for you, Pluto is natural. Its presence and its influence is very natural to you. So for you, this time could be really empowering you. It's been transforming your communication skills before, during the last 15 years, your mind and the thinking, relationships with your siblings. There could be some changes or some power struggles with your siblings, or some talks related to inheritance or money. There could be some intense moments and periods of time related to your neighbors, or there could be transformation of your social circle or social activities. And now Pluto continues its journey through emotional foundation, your home and family matters, your roots, even your place of living. Very, very common happening during the transit of Pluto in the 4th house could be rebuilding of your house, or changing something, or transforming a old house into something new. So you may use this energy for a certain process which takes a longer time, and at the same time you're transforming something not only on the outside, but something inside of you. So this process of transformation is actually bringing some ease into your emotional foundation. Or you may be rebuilding a house which was inherited from your parents, and now during this time, this cycle, you're bringing some transformation not only to that house as the building, but also to your roots, or to your whole family lineage. So you may use, because we're talking about Aquarius, you may use some alternative approach to the themes related to a house or place or of living, maybe some alternative sources of energy, or you may decide to live in the mobile house, or you may decide during this period to work from home, and you will use more technologies like World Wide Web, internet, or anything else. But it's merging themes of 4th house with something which is innovative, with something which is more advanced, more futuristic, etc. Aquarius is also related to skyscrapers. So for someone, it may, for example, be investment into, when you live in the big city, or you want to invest your money into something, you may decide to buy a flat in the skyscraper. So another way how this energy may represent itself is certain rebellious behavior within family, or against family traditions, because Pluto was in Capricorn. It has been already in the area of communication, transforming yourself. And now in Aquarius, which is rebellious, your communication skills are stronger. And now it's your time to rebel within your family in a way. You may be buying something, some land or a house, or investing in a land or a house. So the core question, very important question you may ask yourself, or you may think about during this time, is what is my home, or where is my true home? And I don't mean a physical one, but what you consider to be your true home. It could be in your heart, but this is the theme important during this transit. Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings opportunities to invest shared resources into housing, to rebuild the foundation, and not only on the material structure, but also on deep emotional level, and to experience and transform high-rooted fears related to your family. It could be also something karmic within your family. You need to understand. You need to go through this process. For example, family constellations would be great tool if there is some problem in the family you need to deal with on the psychological level. Next one. We're moving into Sagittarius Rising. So for you, Sagittarius, Pluto as the agent of transformation is moving into your third house, which creates a supportive position because it creates a sextile to your rising sign. And sextile as the aspect is actually talent aspect. So during this time, many opportunities where you may also within the communication field explore your talents could be coming to your way. It has been testing and empowering you in the area of your resources. Because it's been before in the second house in Capricorn. So not only financial resources, but what you value, your values, your gifts and talents you own as a person, your material possessions through your 5 senses, self-efficiency, and your self-worth. Now it shifts into your communication skills, your mind, your way of thinking, relationships with your siblings and neighbors, and different social activities. Because we're talking about Aquarius, you may, during this transit, you may discover deep interest in learning new skills, and it could be skills, technological skills related to using different advanced innovative technologies. You may be taking online courses to develop your communication skills or to learn something new, what's of your interest. Pluto in the third house may create an interest in deep topics. You may lead meaningful conversation. You may create transformational friendships. So the main question you will be asking yourself and experiencing during this transit of Pluto in your third house is, what message do I want to send across? What I want to communicate? Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June bring the opportunity to expand your clientele by using technologically advanced communication tools. It could be any social media. If you're already using some, it could be adding some others, or totally transforming the way you're using them, doing some research and then changing it, because you have the opportunity to gain more power during this time. So and more power through your communication. So use it to your advantage. You may use different web tools, artificial intelligence, Your friends or siblings may become your business partners, and so on. Now I'm moving into Capricorn Rising. So Pluto will be during this transit in Aquarius in your second house. What does it mean for you? It means because Pluto has been since 2008 until now. It's been actually on your rising sign. It's been testing you on all levels, because the rising sign, it's a functional house, so it creates a direct aspects to another three important areas of your life, not only on yourself. Now it's like a relief of the energy, but almost, because as I mentioned in the beginning of my presentation, Pluto leaves Capricorn, but in 2024, within its retrograde motion in the autumn, it goes there for 2 months back again to revisit some topics related to Capricorn. So you may feel this energy is actually exactly September 1st until November 19th. So just be aware of that. And then it moves again back to Aquarius. It has been transforming your identity, your physical health, your appearance, and you probably were aware of that, and you wanted to transform something because you felt it on the subconscious level. There could be direct experiences which were felt and you could not avoid, but also then you could decide willingly to change your appearance or your approach to your life. It could also influence your relationship, because we're talking about first and seventh house axis, and also your social connections, because Pluto is the ruler of your 11th house and it was in your first house. So again, we are talking about relationships in general. Your deep focus moves to your resources now, to your not only financial resources, but also to your values, to your gifts and talents, your material possessions. You may explore your 5 senses. Your self-efficiency and self-worth will be tested. You may be passionate about some alternative money or cryptocurrencies, because Pluto will be in Aquarius, which is related to these themes, or digital money, or you may be rebellious in this area. So you may be speculating with the money or experimented with your 5 senses using technology. For example, you love music and you are very sensitive to any type of sounds. So you may decide to invest into DJ set, and you may actually explore and to develop some of your talents which are related to this sense, which is hearing. So you may play with the music using some technology. So in this case, it's a DJ set. Yeah. So something around those lines. Now, the question you will be asking yourself during this time is, what do I value? Or what do I really value? It's not about the money. It's what's the most important value or values in your life. Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings the opportunity in money and work area. You may hire more employees, for example, if you have some business, or you may find more suitable job for you, or if you have a debt, you may get rid of a debt, or you may acquire a pet, for example. Okay. Last two, and we'll go to Aquarius Rising, which means for you, Aquarius Rising, that Pluto will ingress into your first house and it will transform your life on all layers, or we call it sheets of your being. This comes from some Vedic knowledge, and it means that you will be transformed not only on the physical level, but it will transform you on the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level. So get ready for this one. Until now, Pluto was in Capricorn in your 12th house. So it's like literally like a Hades being hidden in the depth somewhere in the underground, and it takes stairs slowly as Pluto moves. It takes stairs slowly and it goes up, and slowly it's showing its real face. So now it's your time actually to recognize yourself, to come out of your shelf where you have been transforming. But it could be a little bit invisible transformation, or invisible to people around you. It could be felt deeply on your deep core level, but because we're talking about 12th house, it's more invisible. Your identity, your physical health, your appearance may change during this period of Pluto in your first house. Your overall approach to life will be tested intensely. And the ultimate goal of this transit is to bring you to your true power. Your spirituality and more invisible and psychological areas has been tested so far during the last 15 years. There could be many ups and downs with your different vices and addictions. You could discover passion for psychology, for any types of healing, even astrology, dreams, mysteries, bad pleasures, alternative healing methods, or healing methods where you're able to work with invisible and visible at the same time. We're talking about Pluto in Capricorn during the last cycle. So it's like bringing something which is invisible or deep-rooted and bringing it to the ground. Transformation through meditation, through solitude, or retreats could be the theme during this transit of Pluto in Capricorn in your 12th house. And now you have the opportunity to share your experience, which was invisible, and now it's there. It left a mark on yourself or on your soul, and now you have the time to use it as your power and to share it. You may have revealed some of your hidden enemies, but also you could psychologically understand in which situation or when are you becoming your enemy or hidden enemy to yourself, and to realize those patterns and to break through them. Transformation, this could bring also the transformation of your career path. This is what's coming now, because Pluto is also one of the rulers of your 10th house, and it's coming to the first. So you could decide to transform something there, or to be more serious about it, or to go deeper than before in the area you do, or how you're visible in the world. You could be serious about your legacy you want to leave behind during this time. So the main question you're asking, or you will be asking during this transit, will be, who am I? And that's a beautiful question. So you will be tested also in a relationship. It will affect your relationship access, but the main question will stay on yourself. Who am I? Trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings the opportunity through your creativity, perhaps teaching or teaching children, romantic partners, hobbies and passions, and again, some lucky breaks for sure. The last one, Pisces Rising. So for you, Pisces, Pluto in Aquarius will move into your 12th house. This is again, 12th house is one of those houses or areas in astrology which is a bit more challenging, but you're Pisces, and you are strongly connected to the 12th house. So for you, this transformation could be actually something you will enjoy. You have been tested and transformed in the area of your networks, your friends and acquaintances. And this is something which has been happening during the last 15 years for you. You may be transformed within certain groups of people and challenge your hope and wishes. You may completely change the networks and people you were around before at the beginning of the cycle. For example, in 2008 or 2010. And at the end of the cycle, you could be a part of different groups, or you could become a leader within a group, which is more aligned to your true self, which is more aligned to your core. Now it's your turn to go deeper into spirituality and more invisible or psychological areas. You may face and transform your vices and addictions. You may have the opportunity to work with your dreams, psychology, mysteries, creativity. You may work with some alternative healing methods or visualization. You may study and practice spiritual, which is where you're at home. You love this. And the ruler of the ninth, Pluto, will be in the 12th. So this is very beneficial energy for you. You may do some channeling, and you haven't been doing it before, but now you will feel it's time to explore it. Or you will experience transformation through meditation, and you will go really deep. Solitude. You may enjoy solitude more than before. You may attend interesting retreats, but you may also feel that you want and you need to rest a little bit more. You may reveal some of your hidden enemies, so be a little bit careful. You're Pisces, and you're like a sponge. You absorb the energy of your surroundings. So I would for sure suggest you during this time to cleanse yourself, also on the spiritual level, to be a little bit on guard with your surroundings or people, or even like energies which are around you. But the biggest enemy, and very often this is the theme with Pisces, to yourself is often you, Pisces. So you need really to work on the transformation of your internal relationship to yourself, on the not only on the soul level, but on the physical and soul level at the same time. So the question you may be asking during this transit, or you will be called to ask, is where or how I feel connected to divine. And what does it mean for me on the core level? And at the end, the trine between Pluto and Jupiter in the beginning of June brings interesting journeys within your emotional foundation or healing retreats. You may have the opportunity to travel to some remote places, or healing in the family. You may be a part of the healing process. Beautiful, transformative, a little bit difficult, but at the end, really freeing healing process in the family, and enjoying your solitude and finding peace within it. So I think that's it from my side. I hope I covered everything I wanted. I did my best. Sorry.
Great. I was listening now, especially what you said about Pisces, because I'm the previous rising. So I just went through 15 years of Pluto in the 12th house, and you hit the spot. My most burning question was, I wanted to connect to God. And it was, I did a lot of isolation, being alone. A lot of amazing other stuff happened, but that was what always was eating me, digging to mysteries, to God, to this connection with divine, and dealing with traumas from the past, and dealing with my hidden vices, and with my trying to understand those things. And it's a long process, but I'm glad now it's ending, but that's Pisces. Like you said, Pisces who enjoyed so much. I really love your presentation. It was so in-depth and insightful. Thank you very much. So much, Zuzana. And again, I remind everyone, if they would like to contact Zuzana, she's offering 30% off on all her readings. They're long ones, they're short ones. As you can see, she's extremely empathetic and powerfully insightful astrologer. So I hope the right people connect to you that you can help too. Thank you, Zuzana.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. That was a fascinating, very profound presentation. May Pluto bring you the deepest, biggest, richest from the underground to the surface.
Thank you.